Good day. It's Frankie Rose. Welcome to Crime Time. I'm thinking today I want to talk about Brendan Santos. Before I do that, I do want to thank you for your support as I'm learning my way here. I've been taking different courses online and I'll get this figured out. It's a lot better than the first couple I did anyway, so there's a little bit of improvement. We're getting there. So, anyways, I do want to thank you. If you do like the content, do you mind giving it a thumbs up? And of course, I'm always wanting new people to this community. I want to get the word out on so many different, basically, tragedies. There's so many missing kids. There's so many missing adults. There's so many people treating other people really bad. So, again, thank you. So, Brendan Santos. He was born January 4th, 2003. His parents are Brad and Wendy. I've not been able to find a whole lot out about Brendan and his earlier life. Just that he was a good child, was into sports, and was good in school. Really easy to get along with. He's best described as a kind person with great sense of humor. You can kind of tell that by some of the pictures we've seen. He did love his family. He enjoyed mentoring kids, which I think is really cool and relatively rare, if not extremely rare. So he enjoyed to cook, loved his sports. Brandon had many friends, all the way through school, into college, even when he was little. So, that's kind of a sign of a good person. He went to Grand Valley High School, and he was active in sports there. I think he won some kind of awards, but I'm not absolutely sure on that. I'll have to double check. His favorite sport was hockey, and he did play hockey. I've seen a lot of pictures of him in his hockey gear with that great big grin on his face. But from the sounds of it, he always had a great big grin on his face. So after high school, Brendan went to college in East Lansing, Michigan, and a lot of his friends went to MSU. So this story kind of comes on the weekend of October 29th, that Halloween weekend. So Brendan, 18, loaded up his car and drove the hour and a half to get from East Lansing to, East Lansing from Grand Valley University. Yes. So he drove all the way there to MSU to watch the Spartans versus the Wolverines, which attracted people from all over the place. It was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, events. So I'm not exactly sure what time he arrived, but after he got kind of settled in, he went to, I think it's pronounced Yakeley Hall. It's a female dorm, and he visited, for a good portion, and then just before midnight, he headed out towards Rather Hall. I do believe that's where he was staying, and that's in the Brody area of the campus. So from that short walk, I think it was about 15 minutes tops, no sign. His phone last pinged near Michigan Avenue and Beale Street shortly before midnight. So Brandon was 5'10". He was 160 pounds, wearing black Detroit Red Wings hat, a black t-shirt, gray sweatpants, and then these real cool white Converse high tops. So, his dad said, come forward and say you saw him. In this day and age, literally, how do people vanish? So police also confirmed that at the time Brendan went missing, his cell phone battery was completely dead. It was believed that Brendan had his friend's truck keys in his back pocket, along with his own wallet and a pretty distinctive chain with this gorgeous gold cross on it. So there was no sign that night, and a search of the campus and the surrounding area, literally it lasted months, with the reward getting like upwards of $30,000. At first the police just thought that Brendan hadn't gone too far because his vehicle was found in the same place he had parked it. But they were also a little worried about that ping, and that maybe he ended up in that Red Cedar River. So it flows through campus at a pace of like 6 miles per hour. It doesn't look like it's overly wide, but it does get quite deep, 12 feet in some places. So you have to figure debris is bailing through that water. And that river runs about 51 miles, I guess, in length. So on top of this, the search efforts included the social media. They started doing billboards and flyers. Adding to the extra struggles of trying to find Brendan, it came to pass, or came to find out, that the cameras were out, not working. Unreal. So Brendan's family did multiple searches of Michigan State campus, and there was about 800 volunteers, but no sign of Brendan or his belongings. The locals and the students, they kept right up searching. And then there was a task force assigned, which included Michigan State University campus police, the East Lansing police, FBI, the Grand Valley State University police, Ingham County Sheriff, Michigan, Office of the Department of the Attorney General. So Michigan State Police and the Oakland County Sheriff. So that's like a huge effort made towards finding this guy. And cute young man, cute and kind, two things you very rarely find in any human being anymore. There's definitely one night in particular that I can think of off my head where there was hundreds. They're shivering and cold, and they were at the Rochester Adam High School football field, basically like a vigil or doing a prayer for Brendan. But sadly, on January 21st, a body believed to be Brendan was found in that Red Cedar River. It's a dangerous spot to search. You have to think if they're going under 6 miles per hour. Can you imagine how fast that's going through? You're like a moving target. So let's see, at the beginning, they had all sorts of search efforts. They had boats and drones and sonar, helicopters, and 800 plus people looking for him. Originally, it was a tip that got the police to this particular spot. And they did recover the body. And through the medical examiners, they were able to identify him, Brendan, by his teeth. The Michigan State University police on Saturday the 12th of January finally said that it was Ryan Robinson, the Santos PI, that notified the police. And he had actually first notified Brendan's family and then contacted the police so they could go and make sure that he used some type of a underwater camera in a log jam. And yeah, sadly, he did see something that he thought was very well could be Brendan. So the police got out there, they retrieved his body. Medical examiner has now has Brendan, my tongue. So I don't know if this is closure for the parents. I mean, they do have him back, but I find it kind of a mystery as to how he ended up in that water. I'm gonna be curious to see if there's any signs of foul play, because from what I seen, it looked like that railing was pretty high. My opinion only, but you know, they'll take a look and we'll hear soon enough find out if there was foul play or not. I'm thinking also, wouldn't a person start yelling for help? I'm thinking. And that boardwalk was very busy, and there was an extreme amount of people. So again, we'll wait and see what the autopsy says when they release it. Never good news for the family. Definitely in my thoughts and prayers. So I do want to mention there is a tip line that used to be used to report sightings. But if you have any other information on Brendan's death, could you call 844-99 MSU PD? So that's 844-996-7873, or tips@police.msu.edu. So rest in peace, young man, 18 years old, didn't even have his life started. Just went for a good weekend with his buddies. They hadn't seen each other, I'm sure, for a while, and should have been a great weekend for everybody. So rest in peace, Brendan Santos. So I do want to thank you for watching another one of my videos and staying with me here. I will be trying to get out videos now, I think, every 2 to 3 days. And it's going to depend on subject matter and how much I have to dig. If there's ever something that you guys want me to do, let me look into, or get me to look into, just let me know. You can contact me on a lot of different platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Discord, and I'm just starting on Patreon. So join me, I'd love to have you there. And I will see you soon. Okay, guys. Cheers.